American church hymnals again. Look at page number 11. Page number 11. I was sinking deep in sin, far from the peaceful shore. There indeed we stayed within, sinking to rise no more. But the master on the sea heard my despairing cry. All the waters lifted me, now safe and high. Love lifted me, love lifted me, when nothing else could help. Love lifted me, love lifted me, love lifted me, when nothing else could help. Love lifted me. Oh, my heart to Him I give, ever to Him I cling. In His blessed presence live, ever His praises sing. Lost the mighty acts of truth, merits my soul's response. Faithful, loving service to Him belongs. Love lifted me, love lifted me, when nothing else could help. Love lifted me, love lifted me, love lifted me, when nothing else could help. Love lifted me. Souls in danger, children of Jesus, completely saved. He will lift you by His love out of the angry waves. He's the master of the sea, billows His will obey. He'll save who wants to be saved today. Love lifted me, love lifted me, when nothing else could help. Love lifted me, love lifted me, love lifted me, when nothing else could help. Love lifted me. Let's look at page 67. 67. I'm not going to make a mistake again, were you? Pastor.
Survivors of Sunday School. I tell you, I think it's actually survivors of the food that was eaten. I think some people went into a coma from all the wonderful food that they ate and were not able to make it. We're going to be in 2 Samuel chapter 16. I know up on the board it says Acts, but that's not the case. Just letting you know. Well, no, he's not asleep. I can see him. I see his eyes. But this is going to be quick. What I want you to see here, let me set up the stage of what's all going on at this moment in time. You have that Absalom had been away from his dad for a number of years because he had killed one of his brothers, who had assaulted his Absalom's sister, which, that causes problems, of course. And after about 4 years, Absalom has had this plan as far as stealing the throne of David, and has gone in there and announced, and had people announce throughout Israel that Absalom is now the king. And David is fleeing for his life out of Jerusalem. And if I were to title this, I would say, Judgments in Haste Make Waste. All right? Oftentimes, we go and do things without talking to the Lord first, and we make judgment calls that we shouldn't make. And we're going to see that in David, because this is a person who's after God's an apple in God's eyes. He loves the Lord with all his heart, but he makes mistakes, and we make mistakes too. And I want you to see how God does not penalize David for this. Now let's look at this and see what's going on. They're in Acts chapter 16, and to give you an idea, he has already fled Jerusalem. He has had a character sit there and toss rocks at him, cursing him. So, David has had a very, very bad day. There in Acts chapter 16, verse 1, it says, Acts, I said, 2 Samuel, thank you. I was wondering why there's some folks up here chuckling and laughing. That's okay. I can't be confusing you. I tell you. There in 2 Samuel 16, verse 1, it says, And when David was little past the top of the hill, behold, Ziba, the servant of Mephibosheth, met him with a couple of asses saddled upon them, and 200 loaves of bread, 100 bunches of raisins, 100 summer fruit, and a bottle of wine. And the king said unto Ziba, What meanest thou by these? And Ziba said, The asses be for the king's household to ride on, and the bread and the summer fruit for the young men to eat, and the wine for that such be faint in the wilderness may drink. And the king said And where is thy master's son? And Ziba said unto the king, Behold, abideth at Jerusalem, for he said, Today shall the house of Israel restore me to the kingdom of my father. Then said the king to Ziba, Behold, thine are all that pertaineth unto Mephibosheth. Well, don't ask me to say his name fast. And Ziba said, I humbly beseech thee that I may find grace in thy sight, my lord, O king. Now, who is this guy that Ziba served? He served the son of Jonathan. Who was Jonathan? Jonathan was the son of Saul. He was David's best friend, right? He was the descendant, the grandson of Saul. This man was in line if the Lord would have left the kingdom in Saul's hand, it would have gone to him. Now, let's set up what about this person. David went out of his way because he had made a promise to Jonathan that he was going to take care of his family. David made that promise. And David kept that promise because when he found him, by the way, this young man who was lame was not lame by birth. There was an accident when he was little that caused him to become lame. This man sat at the table with the king and with the king's sons and was treated as one of the king's sons. Now, I want to tell you right now, if you read the Jewish historians, you read the Talmud and everything that they have about this, they blister David to no end. As a matter of fact, some of them will say, this is the reason why the Lord split the kingdom from David. That's how badly they give him a hard time. By the way, you won't find that in God's Word. God never says that this event is why the kingdom was taken away from David. That was all dealing with Solomon. It had nothing to do with David. But what I want you to see here is that David makes a judgment in haste. He makes a judgment in haste, and he's pressed. He's got to flee. He's got to leave. He has got to run because his son will kill him. Absalom will kill him. The people who are on Absalom's side will kill David if they get their hands on him. What do you see that David should have done, could have done, but didn't do at this point in time? What was it? Right. He didn't ask